The air is thick tonight, heavy with the weight of untold stories. Tonight, we journey into the shadows of history, into the pages of the most influential book ever written, to uncover 6 spooky Bible stories you never knew. These aren't your typical Sunday school tales, so lock your doors, turn off the lights and gather close, because tonight we delve into the darkness together. Our journey begins in the heart of the Old Testament, in the first book of Samuel, where we meet a desperate king, King Saul. Saul's kingdom, the kingdom of Israel, is on the brink of war. Haunted by visions of his own demise, Saul seeks answers from the one source forbidden to him. A medium, a necromancer, a woman known only as the Witch of Endor. Picture the scene, a moonless night, the air thick with incense and dread. King Saul, disguised to hide his identity, approaches the witch's dwelling. And what transpires next is a scene ripped straight from a nightmare, a chilling encounter that sends shivers down the spines of believers and skeptics alike. The Witch of Endor, with her forbidden magic, summons the prophet Samuel's spirit from the ethereal abyss. But what emerges is not the comforting presence Saul had hoped for. Instead, he is met with a spectre of wrath, a vengeful spirit furious at being disturbed. Samuel unleashes a prophecy of doom upon Saul, foretelling his defeat and the deaths of his sons. Saul, already burdened by fear, collapses under the weight of this spectral judgment. This encounter serves as a chilling reminder of the power of the unseen world and the price of dabbling in forbidden arts. Our journey into the macabre continues with the prophet Ezekiel. Imagine yourself standing in a desolate valley, the air thick with the stench of decay. The ground beneath your feet crunches, not with gravel or sand, but with the brittle remains of countless skeletons. Ezekiel, a man known for his vivid visions and divine messages, finds himself in this valley of death. As Ezekiel watches, commanded by God, he speaks to the dry bones. And as if awakened from an eons-long slumber, the bones begin to move. The scattered remains assemble, bone fitting to bone, until skeletal figures rise from the dust. Our next tale takes us to the land of Egypt, a land steeped in ancient power, but also a land held captive by its own hubris. The children of Israel, enslaved by the Pharaoh, cry out for deliverance. And in response, God unleashes a series of plagues that would make even the bravest soul tremble. Imagine the Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, transformed into a river of blood. Fish rotting on the surface, the air thick with the stench of death, the Egyptians unable to quench their thirst. Each plague a testament to the power of God, each one more terrifying than the last. Our journey into the darkness leads us next to the shores of Galilee, where we encounter a man possessed, tormented by not one, but a legion of demons. Picture, if you can, a man so utterly consumed by these malevolent entities that he's driven from society, forced to dwell among the tombs. This man, possessed by the legion, is a terrifying sight. But then Jesus arrives. As his boat reaches the shore, the possessed man, driven by the demons within him, charges towards Jesus. And Jesus, with a word, casts the legion out. Our final tale, the most chilling of all, takes us to the very end, to the book of Revelation, where we witness the terrifying unveiling of the apocalypse. John the Apostle, in a vision granted to him by God, describes a series of events so cataclysmic, so terrifying, that they've haunted the imaginations of humankind for centuries. The first horseman arrives on a white horse, a conqueror with a crown, symbolizing conquest and plague. The second, astride a fiery red steed, representing war and bloodshed. The third, riding a black horse, holding scales, signifying famine and scarcity. And finally, the fourth horseman, the most terrifying of all, Death himself, riding a pale horse, followed by Hades. As we emerge from the shadows of these spooky Bible stories, the world around us seems a little darker, a little more mysterious. If you enjoyed this journey into the unsettling side of the Bible, Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more explorations of the strange, the eerie, and the truly unexplained. Until next time, sleep tight, and remember, sometimes the most unsettling stories are the ones closest to home, the ones whispered through time, the ones found not in fiction but in the pages of history itself.